Hey, thanks everybody today for joining me on my walk. I was walking on Bloor Street. Now I'm past the bridge that overlooks the Don Valley Parkway, and we're heading east. Bloor at this point is no longer Bloor, but to me, Bloor Street's always Bloor Street, all across the city. For some reason, I can never think of this side of the city being called, what's it, Danforth? Yeah, Danforth. I gotta kind of make sure I say that correctly, but we're on Danforth right now. But for some reason, I think of Yonge Street and Bloor Street as two main streets in Toronto, in Canada, pretty much, that go east-west and north-south. For some reason, I can't split the name, but anyway, I do walking, biking, point of view films around the city. Sometimes I take some photographs. We might take some street photos. If the light is good and get the subject matter right, we'll do it. We'll post the pictures in the video. And here we go. The first street we're coming across is going to be Broadview, just up ahead. I haven't been to this side of town, I'd say, for a long time. I'm a West Ender, and I spent many years living outside of Toronto. I used to come here for Greek food back in the day. I'd say in the 90s, most of the time after, when you were out late at night, most restaurants were closed at around 9 o'clock in Toronto. And I mean, bars were open, but if you wanted to eat something decent, Greektown, which is in this area, was the only place you could come to. I like this signage here. Everywhere there's too many signs. Random street shop, 4 minutes to cross. Pizza, of course. It's like a major Toronto institution that goes to Don Valley Parkway. That's very LA-ish. It's very LA-ish. In LA, as you're walking, but less people. There's nobody walks in LA. As you're walking on a kind of a side street, next thing you know, there's an entrance to the freeway, and next thing you know, you're on the highway if you're not careful. I mentioned in the past video that bank has been tagged right up top there. That's pretty, I'd really like to see who did that. We are going to cross. Which way? This way? Let's cross. I like to go on the sunny side of the street. Why not? Get some vitamin D. That would be the Broadway Street. And getting to the section here. We'll look back. Downtown is straight that way. That pizza is a serious operation. Usually they're not that big. Here we go. Here we go.
You just like, because they're not getting the rest.
Change, please. There's some change. There's change, please. There's some change.
Okay. Today's about 15 degrees Celsius and sunny. A little bit of wind, which is not bad. Yesterday it was like 4 degrees. Into Fahrenheit wise was 40s. It was pretty chilly day yesterday, but it was fun. I did a walk in the St. James Gardens, which is like a flowery nature park by the river that people go and photograph weddings, and very what do you call it? Very manicured park. Selling toys, or I guess, I don't know. But it appears to be toys. I'm not a big shopper, so I like the window shop. Kind of interesting. But it smells like carbon dioxide, or like burnt. Check out these stores. I used to go to Coxwell public school for the summer classes. Was it summer classes or something like that? Yes, summer class or driving class. I don't know which. Must have been summer school. I was taking maybe math or something. I don't remember. So I remember in the summer having to, for a month, come to the school on a subway line. Back in high school times. And I remember the subway ride in the summer used to be like forever. Oh my God. There's a lineup to get into Shoppers Drug Mart. I don't know what's going on here. Is this the vaccine lineup?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Okay.
I'm wondering that myself.
Thanks. I thought that was a vaccine lineup, but it's kind of crazy because it's a big lineup to get into a Shoppers Drug Mart. Shoppers Drug Mart, if you're not from Toronto area, it sells drugs and some groceries and that kind of stuff. It's like a jazz band playing Dixie. Playing Dixie, double time. Du, 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 du. You know, they sell drugs, shampoo, and food, you know, basic stuff, a little bit overpriced. Oh, and I wasn't very happy with their pandemic response. They never had, in the early days, they never had masks or, you know, alcohol or sanitizer whatsoever. Whereas other stores, smaller stores, did have it. Smaller drugstores like my local Idea and on the street, they had masks. And even my fruit market, they had masks earlier on in the season. So I was kind of not very impressed, like a big drug chain not being able to source that kind of stuff that quickly, whereas your local fruit market would have masks, you know, like bananas, oranges, and masks. I was very impressed with my fruit market, actually. Very impressed. Look at the colors on this wall. Nothing interesting or artistic, but the colors are crazy. Red, blue, even the poster. You know what, I'm gonna do a picture. I'm gonna do a dumb picture. A dumb photo. Study of colors. Study of colors. If I can get some couple of people on the corner, it would make it interesting here. Without the people, I noticed when you take a picture of a graffiti on a wall or something like that, as a photographer, you want to take a picture of a graffiti perfectly composed and lit well and stuff, but it doesn't really mean anything. I look at people's pictures on Instagram, you know, all this graffiti stuff. I got thousands of them too. It doesn't mean much, like, unless you incorporate some sort of it's a nice font, incorporate some sort of a edge to the picture, so you know, put some context to it, like where it is, what time it was taken, some people in the corner, something that you know, dates it and times it and ages it. Otherwise it'd just be a painting on a wall that can be taken in. This guy's cooking. There's Snoop on it. That looks good. Mr. Souvlaki. Come on, Souvlaki. That bread is kind of, you eat that bread and Souvlaki, you'd be just ready to go sleep. We are on Danforth Avenue in Toronto, Canada. We're doing a little urban walk. This is cool shot. Just let's do that. Lady walking. Boom, boom, boom. That's cool. I like these displays. Store displays, especially the independent ones. I was saying yesterday to somebody, the ones downtown for the corporate, like a Blurs and the Young Streets and the corporate displays, they always use, there's only like 2 or 3 stylists in Toronto, maybe 2, possibly 1, that do all the displays in the city. And if there's 2 of them, they always have to do the same thing, you know, because that's what people want, the same thing. Next thing you know, the stylists are making money. They don't want to, you know, rock the boat. They do whatever they want, the client wants. Next thing you know, you get this very typical scenario everywhere. But when you get the independent people doing their own thing, I mean, they are artistic people too because they're making clothes and fashion, so they're not unartistic. So they make a kind of their own feel to it, and it looks cool. It's an interesting little, I guess, eating passage, mall, certain Rock City, Book City, call it Rock City. This is my reading, terrible. I just read whatever I want to read. There you go. I wonder what the next stop is. The next stop is, this lady is wearing, very interesting. She's wearing a full face helmet, like a shield and a mask. And she's got an electric bike, but she's pedaling it too. Oh my God, that bike is heavy, so she must be fit, super fit with the. Okay, so it says Greek Town. Greek Town. So we are officially in, sorry, Greek Town. Chester. I usually make my walks later in the day because I don't get this kind of harsh lighting, but today is a Saturday and I wanted to get some people on the street. Usually when I walk at late, 6-7 o'clock, streets are really empty, so I try to get some people just on the street, so I had to come where people are out. And when people are out, usually they're noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and the light is, it's kind of harsh contrast. Look at this. I guess that anything that's food related is open by curbside or takeout or something. I don't know, but some people, I see people inside. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I am not, I usually don't do takeout food anyway, so it really doesn't affect me. That's why I don't know much about it. I'm never big on takeout unless I'm stuck somewhere in a city that I don't have. Okay, that's interesting. There's a policewoman outside there. The lineup of people trying to get in. Should we snoop? I guess that's like a really popular takeout place. They have to have police there. Make sure to not too many people get in the store or something. Oh my God. I should go check it out. But let's keep looking. It's in the shady side of the street. So if they were on the sunny side, I'd cover it. But I'm assuming it's like a big popular place and police are making sure not too many people are getting in there. This is a cool shot of this. Those two couple coming in would be amazing because they moved right out of the way. Okay, maybe I wanted to get those couple in a shot, but they weren't well posed, so. It's two cool stores. And this is the police car with bikes on it. Police bikes, ready to go. They always take their bikes in case, they have a free time and they want to go cycling. They find a cool place. We're at Danforth Avenue in Toronto. Yeah, it's like wow, it's busy enough that sidewalks are blocked. Everybody's out on the streets. Toronto, I think, is still under lockdown orders, which means you have to get out for food and air. So I guess people are out for air. Out for air. How are you? How are you? How are you? Oh, I'm having fun on the street. There's people. I guess I missed people on the street. For a while I've been filming streets that are empty, and you know, now I got people. Tech accessories. Interesting, Mr. Bond. What's my time set on this? Let's do a little bit more the next stop. I like to keep these videos around 20 to 30 minutes long.
You don't want to be too super.
These are all Greek restaurants that should be packed with patios, and I mean, these guys got patio already set up, so they're lucky for the opening. I think when they open the restaurants, they're gonna make them people sit on the street for a while. You know, some of the stores, restaurants on Bloor Street, I noticed they have areas set on the street, so you're right next to fast-moving cars. You have to sit and eat your dinner right next to fast-moving cars, which I don't know how exciting that would be. We'll see. But some of these people with you know, this street has wide sidewalks, which is interesting. Should be a lot more popular for most Toronto sidewalks. Let's just wait here. Don't have wide sidewalks like this. This one is a pretty fun street. What street are we? Carla. We should have gone. We should have gone. Okay. This guy was a little bit kind of old looking driver, and his hands were shaking, so I didn't want to get in front of him, to be honest with you. I figured better be on the safe side and jaywalk rather than jump in front of him.
Let's not talk about it any further. What else?
I think there's a really good sound.
Oh, that's interesting. That's Salon across the street. I don't know if you see it, it's too dark. They have my pictures in their window. A lot of people photocopy my pictures out of magazines and that sort of thing. This is, and they use them in their salon windows as their own. It's, I don't know what you can do. I don't know what you can do, but that's what they do. It's really not fair to the photographer or to the artist who did the hair, because they take credit for it. It's almost like an advertising. They take credit for doing the hair in the photo. And, you know, but there's not much you can do, because they can just get any magazine that your pictures are on and just copy it and stick it to the wall. Taking a selfie, and look at that church. Ah, it's a nice one. For some reason, I think I've been to that church before or something. If you don't photograph or film things, you never remember what you did, especially if you did a lot of stuff. If you didn't do much, then you won't remember. But which reminds me, we haven't taken almost any photos on this walk. That's okay. Sometimes I just the light is, this light isn't. We've taken a few, right? Yeah. The light isn't good. When the lighting isn't good, I have to play around. I have to play around with the exposure in Photoshop and do stuff. And whoa, these birds are gonna come straight for me. They were close. These pigeons. These are pigeons, right? Yeah, pigeons. You know about pigeons, right? Almost everywhere, they're always in tourist spots. They're like, doesn't matter what's going on, they are at every tourist spot. Pigeons show up. You never see them anywhere else. You never see them in non-touristy areas, do you? Never. Any city you go, there's a tourist area, there's a church, old church, old street, whatever. Tourists. Europe, they just show up. They're just always either tourist spots. You make a tourist spots in the middle of North Pole, freezing temperatures, pigeons will be there. Doesn't matter. That's anywhere else, nature, you never find them. Never find them. Pape. So we walk from Broadway to Pape. Let's just walk to the subway and check it out, and probably end the video at the subway. These are pretty cool, interesting shops and locations on this street. Definitely have to come back and explore the side streets and alleyways and sorts of stuff. Thank you for coming along for a walk with me. If you like my content, please subscribe and ring a bell. Do all the YouTube-y stuff you have to do. And I will catch you in the next video. There's a subway.